Hello and welcome, monks and members of the mighty Copperbelt University. I'm your host, Mwazam Sonda, Big Waz, and we welcome to another exciting episode of the Change Your Perspective podcast right here in CBU. So with me, I have a very interesting guest, a trailblazer, a leader, and a thought leader as well. So we are going to get into conversation with the one and only Mr. 100K, Gabriel Chaz Tembo.
The name actually makes me happy because I've heard a lot of people talk about the same so-called 100,000 issue. But
no, that's good. That's good. Okay. It is an honor, firstly, Mr. Gabriel, to be in your presence. Of course, we can't take away the fact that you are doing great things, and we are very grateful as a CBU community to have students like you who are able to go in the forefront and actually pursue these things, So for us, we are honored.
No, I really appreciate also for the opportunity to record here so that we just have these interactions. It's really a honor because CBU has like 21,000 students. And out of 21, they just call you to talk to you. It should be something treated with great honor.
Yeah. No, that is good. That is good. So without wasting much time, guys, let us get into the conversation. So many people right now are just looking at you as this man who's just popped up on the scene. They don't really get to understand where you came from, what conditions raised you. So I want us to just dive into those things. So just tell me like where you were born. Of course, let's start with an introduction, like here at CBU. Yeah, what year are you doing? What program are you doing? And then we can get into your background.
All right. Thank you very much for that wonderful question. So Gabriel Chaz Tembo is my name. Yes, the Chaz it's my official name. It's even on my NRC. It came from my original middle name, which was Chazanalelo. Chazanalelo.
Okay.
Gabriel Chazanalelo Tembo. So the moment I went to get my NRC with my dad, I told him this name is too long for me. So I made it Chaz, and it got to be an official name up to now.
So you've always been a confident person, because I mean, which person just tells their dad that this name is too long for
I told them to say I cannot manage it. They just like to catch it there. Up to now, it's an official name like that.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, now that's good. What program are you studying?
A third year chemical engineering student under the School of Mines and Mineral Sciences.
Okay.
Sure.
That is good. That is good. So let's go back to the genesis, to where it all began. So where were you born? Tell us a little bit about your background, your family, the conditions that raised you, and what shaped you. So let's go back to that.
All right, that's a lovely question. So I'm born and bred from Southern Province, Mazabuka.
Oh, Mwambiauti.
What Mwambiauti?
Mebondambora Jitonga.
And mean that Vandiga Jitonga Tajishupi. I come from a background where Tonga is my language.
Yeah.
So I go Mena Tonga. Yeah, so that is it. So I come from a peri-urban area of Mazabuka.
Mazabuka. I once lived in Choma. That's how come I know a little bit of
Choma man, Wabula man, Ujagulia.
I know a little bit of Tonga. I'm not too deep because I'm Bemba personally. But it's important. Yeah,
sure.
You can go ahead.
Yeah, so born and bred from Mazabuka, Southern Province.
Yeah.
28 August 2003, meaning turning 22 this year in August.
No, the ladies now must be.
You should give love. You don't like them.
Yeah.
But anyway, so born from Mazabuka, did my secondary school from Mazabuka St. Patrick's Secondary School.
Okay.
Then decided to enroll here at the Copperbelt University.
Mm-hmm.
I've always been a proactive person. I started my journey in advocacy and everything in there 2019 when I was in grade 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
With an organization known as Agents of Change Foundation Zambia.
Yeah.
I was first to train as a youth reporter, for lack of a better term, a young journalist.
Yeah.
So from there we started making radio shows, vox pops, people's opinion. That's when I firstly entered into this space, and from there I've been doing one or two things.
That is good to know. Because many times people just look at you in the spotlight and really don't get to understand. So tell us a little bit about your family. How many siblings do you have? And just that's family situation. How was your economic situation at home?
So born in a family of 6. I'm number 4.
Okay.
Yes, I have 2 elder sisters.
Mm-hmm.
Myself, then also my brother, and also 2 sisters. So it's like 4 girls, 2 boys. Mm-hmm. Yes, in fact I'm number 3 because I have 2 sisters than myself, so I'm number 3. I come from a humble background. Yes, I come from a humble background, and what keeps me moving is determination. I believe you always do what you set your mind to. people might have seen whatever is happening right now and they think, no, it just has started now.
Yeah.
They don't understand to say, even for someone to harvest a plant, you need to have started watering a seed a long time ago.
That's true.
Yeah.
That is true. Now that is important. So I heard you mention you started with agents of change. Yeah. So what other what can I say? What other organizations shaped you to be who you are? Because I'm quite aware you did a lot of things. You know, you involved yourself in like what's it called, Young Professionals Zambia and all that extra stuff. So let's just get into those organizations that have helped you to be here.
So I started with Agents of Change Foundation Zambia as a youth reporter. I later got engaged with Young Men Christian Association, YMC, where I became a member in Mazaboka. Then from there, that should be when the time was in grade 12.
Yeah.
I've been with Impact Center for Policy Research, which is a research fellowship for 6 months.
Yeah.
I've worked as an intern. I've been with Civil Society for Poverty Reduction, CSPR, as a date justice champion, advocating against public debt.
Okay.
They had selected 5 per province, so I had represented Copper Belt province. When I was here in first year, that's when I got selected for that opportunity. Yeah. I've worked with my CV is long, sometimes I do forget.
You do forget.
But one thing I know is I've worked with more than 21 NGOs, both voluntary, both paid. I've been an intern, and I've also been exposed into the media field. I've done 1 or 2 trainings. I've attended, I think, more than 55 conferences that teach about different issues. I'm a mental health activist. I'm a certified mental health activist, as I said. I'm also into a number of things that have to do with drug abuse. I've been trained in a number of issues, psychosocial counseling, and I'm also currently the regional manager, should I say. I'm managing 2 provinces, which is Southern and Western Province, for an organization from Canada known as Global Merit and Essence Awards Network.
Jimmy.
Yes, Jimmy.
I'm head of Jimmy.
Yes, I'm the regional manager for Southern and Western Province.
Okay.
Yes. I was be talking, I'll be able to remember something.
That is crazy, you know.
I do forget.
And I like that you've shed light on all these things. At least now gives the students a perspective that is different about you. You know, they get to understand that you're a person who's always been proactive, always been working hard. Not that this person who just had luck.
No,
you know?
I don't believe. Miracles exist, but miracles exist in a field that you plant them. You cannot just come from nowhere to say, no, today this has happened. There's always a route that you've started with. Yes. Okay.
So, seeing as you've been involved with many different things, what would you say is the importance of being multidimensional like you? Because I believe you're not just one thing. You've done all those things, and then you're also a student. So, how important is it to get yourself in many different fields?
Yeah, it's one question that I always find, and I find it interesting. The last time we had the council sitting, I went there, currently serving into the Student Youth Task Force as the intelligence officer. So I went to attend a task force meeting. There was a school council meeting. Then when I reached there, I met the Secretary General from Zambia Institute of Chartered Accountants, KCBO, Mr. Blessings. So Mr. Blessings called me and was like, Gabriel, what should I call you? Should I call you a task force here, or should I call you, because I'm also currently serving as the Secretary General for the Chemical Engineering Society. Then he also asked me, should I call you the External Relations Secretary for the Copper Belt University Debate Society? Or should I just call you the MC? I've hosted a number of events. And I think I've met a number of people who are into this space. As you also reminded me, I'm a member of Young Professionals Network. I've worked with Center for Trade and Policy Development, CTPT in Lusaka. I participated in the People's Budget in 2022, where I was a finalist. We presented ideas and submissions into the national budget. So I always find this question, say, how do you manage to do what you do, knowing the fact that you're studying chemical engineering, which is arguably one of the hardest engineering programs. But at the end of the day, just to survive, just know what you want. I believe.
So for you, sorry to cut you down, but what is it that you want?
One thing about me is I want to learn, and I want to be great. 2 things. So what makes one to learn and what makes one to be great is what you do. Me, I learn right now. I also did programming.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, my instructor is Jezimba knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I was trained in programming. I can code using Python, Java, one or two languages. I'm still learning. So one thing that I want is just to make an impact in society.
Yeah.
I want to be remembered as a person who did his level best at his young age.
Yeah.
I believe as a young person, from this time when I'm 22 to the time I'm going to be 40, I should have stopped working and my legacy should remain. Because life is, we only live life once. So the decisions that you make within this short period of life determines what you do. Isaiah CB said the strength to say is when the time is right, I, the Lord, will make it happen. So we've been striving, doing a number of things. I once opened a tuition center. I've also had my own set of failures, and there are a lot. People right now think I'm all this star, and it's fun on how they expect me to change behaviors. Guys, there's no need. There's no need.
You are human at the end of it all,
yes.
you know.
So they expect me now to be working maybe with minorities, greeting people. I was buying fritters by Tongabu Fast Foods. I know they're happy because this is not an advert, but I acknowledge you. So I was buying 4 fritters with my friend Tongabu Fast Food. I just came from Lusaka, from an awarding ceremony. Then I started buying fritters from Tongabu. Then there are these girls, 3 of them come, telling me, say, what are you doing here? I'm like, guys, I'm buying fritters with a mojo. Then they're like, why would you buy fritters? I'm like, guys, this is nothing. This is nothing. That's just a part of life that I've encountered and have been there. So life is just about being humble. I mean,
No, that is good. I think what you said is very thought-provoking because humbleness really should be the nature for everyone. We all have our sets of successes and we all have our sets of failures. And we shouldn't let our sets of successes change who we are. You see, And I like the fact that you mentioned Isaiah 60 verse 22 because personally also that's one of my favorite verses, and I like the fact that sorry, are you a believer?
No.
Okay.
And the funny thing is I was raised from a JW background.
Okay.
Yes, so I'm a baptized witness.
Yeah?
Yes.
Okay, no, that's good.
Sure.
That's good. So you also do serve in your church?
Yes.
No, that is important. You really are multi-dimensional.
We try to do our level best.
So now let us go into the school sector now, CBU. You're now at CBU, and I'm sure, and I've heard that you've involved yourself in so many things within the Copper Belt University. Now let's just talk about your school academics, How is it that you're able to find time to study? And I don't want you to give us a vague answer. I want you to give us a response that actually provoked someone out there to say it's possible to do these things. So how is it that you manage to find time to study even while doing all these things?
All right, that's a good question. So the first thing I have always believed in, and one thing that I know is, why am I in Kitwe? I was born in Mazabuka, that is like 400 kilometers, it should be 500 kilometers away from this place. But why am I here? I came here for school. School, in some other language, school is selfish because school doesn't want you to put yourself in a lot of issues. School, just balancing school and relationships, I hear others fail.
It is.
Then there is me who's dating 80 things here at CBU. I'm dating task force, dating what? School is not easy. And for the fact that I'm doing chemical engineering, school is not easy. But we keep pushing. I came from a background where I was believing that I was intelligent. From grade 2 to grade 12, I was just passing number one. Grade 12 came, I got 6 points like a day. There I came first year, mathematics 9/4. Then I wrote MA 1 day. So I was this boy studying. Yes, in the MPF I met it one-on-one. It was a fight. So me coming here thinking, I've been passing number 1 from the time I was in grade 3, grade 2 to grade 12.
What of grade 1 you were passing about?
Grade 1, I don't remember, but I think I was number 4. There was a girl who gave me competition, but whenever she's in life, I'll meet her later.
You meet her later.
So from grade 2 to 12 now, there it's been number 1 every year over our work. So coming in CBU with a mindset to say I'm intelligent, costed me. I did my level best, but test 1 I got 22%. Yes.
You're not the only one, like that.
But 22% was heartbreaking for me.
Okay, I understand it. I understand that.
But from there, school has been hard. It's just to balance. We are here for school, so we need to balance. Today is what? From the time I woke up to the haven't started. But I know the day hasn't ended. Within this day, I'm going to reserve like 6 hours, maybe from, we say, should be within 24 even just 24 maybe to 03. It's enough. I'm going to go through something, though I'm not writing. I've been writing papers today. I had a paper, and yesterday I had a paper consecutive. Just coming from Lusaka, I went to try to study in the library. Then I found myself with 1,000 reactions to say someone is studying and they're just coming from something. So it's just to balance. Me, I cannot even lie and tell you and say school is easy, especially here at CBU, engineering or any other program. School is hard. Just balance and help yourself. I mean, alone you can go fast, but together you can go far. So you need people around you. There are always people that have always been in my academic journey. And me, I'm not even going to feel shy. I'm always going to be proudly and talk about this girl. There's my classmate by the name of Catherine. I know guys are going to be on me the other that I haven't talked about them.
Shout out Catherine,
It doesn't matter. There's this girl, Catherine. I've met Catherine in first year. Yes. When I was doing ED, she came in. This newcomer, I was the class rep from first year. I've always been a class rep.
You've also been a class rep.
First year, second year, but third year I had to drop so that I could run for secretary general. Yes. So I met this girl. Catherine has been my pillar in academics. She's never made me feel that thing. She's humble. Where I fail, she understands this is my friend. She always comes in. If I tell you that if I'm writing a test, I'll just get my phone and text Catherine, what am I studying? It's how accurate she is. Just going to send you some summarized notes. She does 1 or 2 questions she solves. The same questions she's solving, me, I'm proud. I'm going to get those questions. I'll go through. Test 1, the results are out. Catherine has 98, I have 72. Where am I? What? No data.
That's just
so I have a special friend by the name of Catherine. The girl is good, and she knows if she hears this, she's good. She's always been my pillar. Plus 1 or 2. Now, guys' friendships have issues. But guy and I it's the same stuff.
We know how we help each other in the exams.
Catherine is number 1. And of course, at CBU, there are a lot of practices. You cannot write the paper alone. So at points, you're now on an half That's your friend. It's life.
1 or 2 things. It's okay to help each other. School is not the end game.
Of course, we're not promoting cheating, but know how to survive at
Don't
at the end of the day, most of us on here big sponsorship, including myself. You need to defend that bursary.
Okay, no, that is good. You talked about you going to study in the library and getting 1,000 reactions. So let's get into that. You just recently got awarded at the Youth Indaba for your project, or should I say business proposal, the Metamorphosis Fresh Fields. You won 100,000 kwacha. So how did that make you feel?
Well, to begin with, this issue of the award started on Youth Day. So before Youth Day, the Ministry of Youth and Sports launched an advert, because the question people have been asking me is, how do you see these opportunities? They'll be telling me to say, Gabi, you'll be with us making noise the whole day in class. We see you moving around with cameras, making noise, disturbing people on campus. But the next day we try to look at you in class, you're not there. The next thing we see on your status, you're in Mulongoshi. How do you see this? These opportunities are everywhere. Trust me, it's the people around your circle, the people you are with. They are going to make you see what you want. So the Ministry of Youth and Sports launched out an advert that is calling upon, it was known as an enter pitch competition. So the word enter came from entrepreneur, and pitching is basically proposing of basic ideas. So an enter pitch competition came out. I applied. I had more than 250 people applied countrywide.
And you know what? I want to talk about that statistics. 250 youths, countrywide. Guys, we are a lot in this Zambia nation of ours. And I think it is the aspect of ignorance also. Sometimes we find ourselves, us as youths, don't position ourselves for these things. So we find that we're ignorant. Even when we see an advert, we don't take the initiative to apply. So kudos to you. Bless up, big ups for actually taking that step to actually apply.
So another is 250 youths that applied across Zambia. The funny thing is, only top 5 were selected to go pitch. So I had applied, I applied, the closing date was like tomorrow. I applied on the same closing date around 16 hours. After applying, I got a call saying I was on top 5. I left, I got a call, like the enter-pitch competition was the next day in Lusaka. I'm from Mazaboka. So I started off around 18 hours from home. Boarded the track. My life is funny.
You hiked?
Yes. Then I went to Kafi at my aunt's place. I was there. The next day I got on a NOAA around 8 hours by Mulongoshi Conference Center.
No, that's crazy. He's still a student, guys. He's still a student.
I went that side. After going that side, then I pitched. I did my pitch in front of everyone, told them about Metamorphosis. 5 best. I represented Copperbelt Province. 1 was from Central. I think 3 from Lusaka, Southern. Then the permanent secretary said, we're going to award 10 people awards from the president. We're not going to tell you what we're going to give them. And for the sake of anxieties, these people should come back to the INDA. So as of now, no one knows what will happen. So I pitched. And during my pitch session, I was low. I felt people never heard my idea. So I was discouraged. Then a week later was the Indawa. I came in school, told the union about it. I got on the union bus, the school team left for the Indawa. Then we reached Lusaka a day. Then the ceremony was starting the next day. So around 6 hours, I received a call from a certain lady. It was a strange number. She only called me and said, "Hi, is this Gabriel?" Then I said, "Yes." Then she told me to say, "You need to be by Mulungushi to come and exhibit." Meaning I was just going there to exhibit my innovation so that the president can pass through. Nothing really. They never told me everything. So it's funny on how, because I hate that call, I got discouraged, and Lusaka has traffic. As usual, CBU and my fellow unionists, we were busy now doing whatever we were doing in South at Unza. The INDA was scheduled to start at 8 hours. Me and my fellow unionists at Unza, we were busy giving passwords. It was 11:50. I received another call. Where are you? No, this is when we were reaching Mulungushi from 7 to 11.
Mulungushi is quite close.
We reached Mulungushi and we found that entrance has been blocked. Mulungushi Conference Center, Kenneth Kaunda Main was full to capacity. Full. And the president was inside. There was tight security. No one comes in. So I was there with my fellow friend. Just as I could go back, one of my friends who was already on the list and knows me was like, "This is the guy we're looking for." So just there, I just got shocked because everything happened so fast. Within a few minutes, you just hear police officers, 7 of them say, "You come here." And Papa, they've beaten. Like, now this is an embarrassing bill. Students beaten at the Indawa. Next few minutes, come here, Gabriel. Why does these people go, "Come here"? Then we are 10 of us and we're going to arrest you. They encroached the 10 of us. I was wearing my t-shirt for the debate society. Then the next 2 minutes I just seen yellow t-shirts with the Indaba t-shirt come from the blues change. But guys, we are outside. We said change. State security.
They don't play.
2 minutes we changed. After that we were now escorted by security inside to a different compartment. That's when we told us, you people have won on the top 10 to be awarded by the president. It was a nice moment. I couldn't believe it, but God knows why. So we entered and we were kept in a space, verified our details. The president gave a speech like 1 hour 40 minutes. After our president can talk, and I love that.
Really loves
then he answered 6 questions in 50 minutes. That's one thing I love about
6 questions in 50 minutes. No, he talks
about the
lot.
question answer. That's one thing good about my president, Ms. Hagende Chidema. So after that session, we were called on stage. They greeted us. Presented the awards, we were given bags and the rest of the stuff. That's how it went.
Congratulations, actually.
Thank you.
Congratulations. So just to allow the students, because I can bet on you, many students don't even know what your innovation was. They just know Mr. 100 pin. They just know Mr. 100 pin.
I get to be called. I can't walk from here to the next room. I'll just hear someone say, "You went 100 pin, what are you doing?" Guys, we came here for school.
So just for the sake of students, what is Metamorphosis Fresh Fields?
Right.
Need groceries but no time to shop? Let's shop it and do it for you. Shop it, CBU's #1 errand service, from the store to your door.
Right. Metamorphosis Fresh Fields. There are a lot of girls that you know. Which favorite name should I use of a girl? Just any girl.
Taonga.
Okay. Taonga. So Taonga is a girl in Southern Province. Taonga is in Mazabuka. Taonga is a startup farmer or a small scale farmer. Every time Taonga tries to plant maize or keep livestock, she fails. Every time she does that, she has done that this year, she has failed. She does that the next year, she has failed. And year number 3, she does that, the yields go to 0. She's not doing anything. Do you know the reason why Taonga has been failing? There are 2 reasons. Ministry of Agriculture said 70% of farmers that fail to survive in Zambia is due to droughts. 70%. 30% of farmers fail due to lack of knowledge on agriculture, and also there is deficiency in best agriculture practices. So that 30% of Zambia's population is big. 70% it's a godly activity, droughts. There's nothing we can do in our human activity. But 30% of them fail to, Taonga fails to do her best 30%. Reason why? Because of lack of knowledge in agriculture. So now, what do I do as an innovator? I start to think, how best can I help Taonga? So Metamorphosis Fresh Field is a mobile application that is there to fill in that 30% gap. What does Metamorphosis Fresh Field do? It's going to provide Taonga with a knowledge in farming. It has courses to do with livestock management and also best farming and conservation practices. That knowledge never came from my head. That knowledge, we've partnered with schools like Zambia College of Agriculture and Zambia Institute of Animal Health. So when you get Metamorphosis Fresh Food on your phone, you create an account. Then you pay from $0 to $5. Yes, which $1 in Zambian kwacha is 25 kwacha?
Around 27 actually.
Yes, so each course has a price. For example, today you just want to learn how the best drought-resistant crops you can find in Zambia. So that's how Metamorphosis comes in. So you make an account, then you're going to start accessing those courses. Then the beauty about Metamorphosis is Metamorphosis is not limited to English. Metamorphosis has been translated using AI in 5 local languages. So those courses, you can access them in Nyanja, Tonga, Bemba, Lozi, Ila, and 1 or 2 languages. So Metamorphosis is a mobile application that is there to provide knowledge to farmers through a certain subscription. I used knowledge of chemical technology as a chemical engineering student, using artificial intelligence to avoid malnutrition in Zambia by providing a solution to the food sector. Yes.
Wow, I understand why you are actually Mr. 100 Pin, you know. I understand that, and that is really a good innovation, because personally I also wanted to get into the space of farming, but because of lack of knowledge it's a bit discouraging, you know. And because you've come up with this innovation and it's youth driven, I like the fact that it's youth driven. It's something that we as a student populace and we as the youth in general are able to support, you know. So congratulations once more on Metamorphosis Fresh Fields.
Thank you very much.
So let's continue our conversations. I'm also aware that you also give back to the community. I know you did something with Impact Center. You know, you're always involved in these things that are actively link you to the community. So I want to talk about the importance of giving to you. How important is you giving back to the community, especially that you're from?
Giving back to the community is very important. CSR, corporate social responsibility, is something each and every one of us should take into consideration. 10% of whatever everybody of us has should be given back to God. So if you can give back to God, who's the Almighty and has everything you need. God is the provider of everything, but you still get 10% of 100 pin and give back to God. Who are you to fail to give back to your fellow brothers? And the Bible says, love your friend. If you're going to show love to them, then I believe that you love me.
You can't love someone you haven't seen.
Yes.
You can't claim to love someone you haven't seen when your neighbor you don't love.
So I've always learned to give back to my community, my family, my parents, and all those that are close friends of mine. I've faced a number of issues in friendships and relationships. That will be next. I will talk about that later. Issues of the heart I had. But giving back to the community is very important. There are a lot of ways you can give back to the community. You can give back knowledge, or you can give back actual product. I always want to. I have an aspect in me of philanthropy, whereby the moment I'm going to be stable in life, I want to be giving back to the community. I think that's within me. As of now, I do what I can do at my own level, even though the Bible says, whatever your right hand do, let your left hand not see. But giving back to the community is a must. We need to do that. If we can give back to God who has everything, then who are we not to give back to the community? Yes.
No, I love that. I love that you keep referring us back to the Bible, because I'm also a firm believer, and I love to have such conversations as well. So that is. I'm so glad that we've gotten into this conversation. Let us get back to school. I'm aware you run ZBC as well. So how did the initiative for ZBC come on board, and what prompted you guys to say, okay, no, let's go for this thing?
Okay, so ZBC, Zambia Institute of Technology Broadcast. As I earlier stated to say, during my upbringing, I was trained into a number of media-related workshops. So I've developed my skills. I can edit, I can report. I've worked with Web FM radio station as a booker. I've worked with, is it Flavor FM here in
Kitwe?
I can cast news. I did sound engineering. I know how to make jingles, how to do all these things. So coming up with a background where you just know that thing and you get to love it. Radio is the first thing that I learned. It's the first thing that helped me to put out my voice there when I was in grade 10, 2019. So from the time I did that, I did radio from 2019 probably 2022 before coming here as a first year. I got to be so good to the extent where I was given a shift and I was hired.
Okay.
So coming up with such background, you could hear people tell you to say, no, you, what are you even doing in chemical engineering? Because you are a journalist. What are you doing? I was like, no. Their talents, their gifts, and their careers. Just know how to differentiate this. So, because I was good in that, I've always been good at that. I do editing, video shooting, 1 or 2. I came to school, I was looking for an initiative on how to start these things at BC. I had something in mind to do with media, but I never knew what to do. So, a friend of mine and a colleague by the name of Vincent Mubanga, CP, is the founder of ZBC with a girl known as Patience. So now, ZBC got to be this interesting thing. We are on recess waiting for our results. Our parents are always telling us, have the results come out? Whereby I wrote nothing in a paper, but I'm composed at home. So we were waiting for our results, and I saw this ZBC thing pop up on campus. People are doing that. Then it's fun on how I started reaching out. I dropped a message on Facebook. I never knew any of those guys. Can I be part of your media team? I have 1 or 2 skills. I was ignored. I think I texted like 4 times. If it's in a relationship, they call me a desperate.
I simped.
I simped 4 times. I just refused it. So I don't know that this number 5 time he was like, oh, okay, he added me to a group. Even if they added me to a group, there's that thing where, have you seen, you are in here, we allow you to sit, but you're not giving you relevance.
Voice.
So now they were busy in that group talking about this whole thing, let's do this journalism. When me and you had the background, they are not even considering me, but I was part of the group. So the day freshers came in school, they asked in the group to say, who can we have to do interviews? Then I was doing my business. I'm an entrepreneur and run a registered company known as Intellectuals Investment. My company is doing a number of stuff. Apart from Metamorphosis, there's Intellectuals, which is my day-to-day business.
We'll talk about that.
So I was busy with my business, and those guys came on board. They said, let's do an interview. So we did the first interview with first-year students, where we were going around asking them on different questions. Yes, with this girl called Santa. So from that video, that's when they sort of say, no, this guy has potential in this. It's like he knows it because they just caught me off guard and I had to do it. From there, at least now my voice could be heard. After my voice being heard, I started doing till I was appointed as Chief Operations Officer. And up to now, I'm still serving as Chief Operations Officer. I'm a field journalist as well as the marketer for ZPC because I've brought a number of opportunities.
So, you know, that now that just drives me to the point of it's important to keep on trying, because you said you texted a couple of times. Imagine if you stopped at the first time. You wouldn't have been part of this thing, but because you kept on fighting, you kept on striving, it allowed for you to be where you are now.
Perseverance is the key.
So for any student who's watching this out there, or for anyone at large, always just fight for what you want. Knock and the door shall be opened. That's what the Bible says. So So you mentioned intellectual investments. What is intellectual investments?
Intellectual investment is business I founded in when did I found that? This 2025. Should be 2024. Intellectuals investment, we deal with supplying of lab coats, and our clientele has grown well. We've supplied more than 200 lab coats, calculators, and also printing services in school. So when first years are coming in school, we're already on the ground. We'll have like maybe 10 printers there, or do businesses in calculators, lab coats. Business has its own issues. Business will murder you before you get success.
Entrepreneurship?
Entrepreneurship.
That is a different conversation, because I've also had my fair share in entrepreneurship, and trust me,
I've seen the worst. Because entrepreneurship has its own issues. So
that's why Brian Chatter posted that I've tried relationships and I've tried entrepreneurship, and I highly recommend heartbreak. Just get your heart broken. Entrepreneurship is not easy.
So I've run that thing as well. It's still standing, but it has showed me issues, but it's okay. Surviving.
No, I'm glad. So I think when it comes to entrepreneurship, I think every person is a manager of themselves first. Before you can manage others, you have to be a good manager of yourself. So now let's talk about you being the regional manager of GMIN. Of GMIN Youth in Focus. What exactly does gym in Youth in Focus. I want to give everything you are a platform to air out to the students, because the students should get to know you more than just the 100 pins. So what exactly is gymming, and what does gymming do?
So gymming, this is a Global Merit Essence Awards Network. It is an organization that was founded in Canada. It has a number of branches. We are in the USA, we are in Kenya, we are in Australia. I recently facilitated the opening of a new branch in Cameroon with my good friend Mark Conrad from Cameroon.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're in those African countries. In Zambia, the top leadership includes the country coordinator. After the country coordinator, there's the deputy, vice country coordinator.
Yeah.
There is now the regional managers. So I was given Southern and Western Province, which is Southwest.
Okay.
As Jimin, we advocate for marginalized groups in society, people that are not having the needs in society.
Yeah.
We have projects like Period Poverty.
Yeah.
Period Poverty is a project where we go out there to donate pads, maybe 3,000 pads to a girl child, because we understand that they're going through a lot.
Yeah.
We have Lunch for Money.
Okay.
Lunch for Money is a project where we go out there to feed people. And of recent, I had a great achievement because I managed to facilitate, I was funded by Jimmy. I managed to facilitate a project where I fed a number of vulnerable children in the streets. I fed a number of them, and we reported back. Sure. So Jimmy is just there to stand in for people's voices. Indeed.
Okay, no, that is good. It's interesting to get to see you in this light, because if you asked me 2 days ago or a week ago, who is Gabriel Chaz Tembo, I'll just say the guy for CBC. But now I know you're into all these things, and it's like you're growing your tentacles, and that's important. So when it comes to public speaking, because I'm very sure you are an MC, you have mastered the art of public speaking in a way, and it's something that, of course, you don't really master it. You keep on learning every day. But how has that journey been for you, and how just get into public speaking with me?
Well, I've been the most shy person anyone can ever ask in my growing up.
Yeah.
Me, I couldn't even walk. Girls are coming, so I would turn.
Yeah.
So Mazabuka has this school called Mazabuka Girls. If anyone from Mazabuka Girls is hearing me, they know what I'm talking about. So Mazabuka Girls is a school that has girls, like the biggest school in Mazabuka.
Yeah.
So how girls from Mazabuka Girls behave is like this. They don't move alone. The true definition of moving as a team. So they would move 7 of them.
Yeah.
Then when they're walking the 7, then they cross you.
Yeah.
What do? They start laughing.
Yes.
So now imagine there is you in grade 10 with your black bag and your big shoes
Your
that your
big
parents
shoes
brought from
from
college. You are moving comfortably, well composed, with hunger, hoping to eat him at home.
Yeah.
And then you meet 7 girls from Mazabuka Girls. Then you are coming. They're also coming. They're going to act normal. Just when you're going to surpass them, then they laugh. Now, that moment you start shaking, and you turn back, you find they're all looking at you. So I haven't been this. I've been a shy person. What has helped me to grow my public speaking? Determination. Yeah. Radio contributed. Big fan of an R&L syndrome. I've always grown up with it. Yeah. I've been laughed before. Yeah. I read books in public speaking. I attended a number of public speaking seminars when I came here because I'm a member of the Debate Society. Yeah. And just wanting it. If you want something, it definitely happens.
Yeah, and what's crazy? Steve Harvey grew up also with the bad stammering syndrome, but today is one of the most acclaimed speakers out there. And then you get to realize that certain stereotypes that the world puts really isn't it. You understand that? Because sometimes the most acclaimed public speakers are probably the most shy and quiet people out there. So because of that, I advise every student or everyone out there to chase your dreams. Go confidently in the direction of your dreams. Chase your dreams vigorously, because no one is coming to save you. It doesn't come as a handout. If you want it, you make it work. You're going to learn. You're going to keep on attending conferences. You're going to read books. That's how this thing actually works. So, Mr. Gabriel, as we get to the end of our conversation, I just want to ask you, because at the end of the day, you've always mentioned throughout this conversation that you're a student first.
Yes.
That you're in Kitwe for education. You came here for an education. So, I want you to just give me like 3 pieces of advice for students generally, be it in school, be it in relationships, or be it in just friendships, but as long as it's targeted to a student out there.
So we shall start with school.
Yeah.
school is not easy. School is not easy. School is never easy. And too much of work makes Johnny down.
Oh boy.
You know, my life is funny. I'm here. Me, you never see me being much of a serious, getting books, moving around. The next time you find me is when you hear that they're screaming, there's a thief. I'm running. I'm task force. I'm dragging people, taking them. You never see me. I think school, just balance. Understand that you came here for school. Do not be that much. The reason why some people commit suicide it's because you've committed your entire life to school.
Yeah.
Have space for other things. You understand?
True.
You are doing podcasts. This thing is going to grow. This thing is going to be big. You're the next big thing that the world is, and the world is not ready to see your good work that you're going to do.
Of course.
A person should have a co-curricular activity. Me, if school was to disappoint me today, I would understand, and my parents would understand. I'll go into entrepreneurship. Yeah. But what is there? People have put everything they have in this school. Balance people. Guys, have extra activities. In secondary school, we used to have clubs, jets or styles. It's not that for us to have those clubs, management was not normal. Yeah. No, they knew why they were giving us that. So, to those that are in school, find something. And the biggest thing is time. Yeah. So, a normal human being has 24 hours. This is how I used to divide my time in secondary. Though that's a secondary school extension, but I'll just give it briefly. So every person has 24 hours. Within that 24 hours, we all sleep 8 hours. Yeah. So from 24, sleeping 8 hours, we are remaining 16 hours. Within that 16 hours, in secondary school, we could walk to school. Yeah. Just walking, going, and coming back to school is 2 hours. So from 16 subtract 2, we are remaining 14 hours. 14 hours, class starts at 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. By 12 is normal learning in Zambia. Yeah. We're not going to count it. So we are remaining with how many hours?
14 minus 6, that brings us to 8.
8 hours. We've already subtracted the time for going back. Yeah. When you go home to your parents, when you reach home, they're going to tell you something. Okay, that then guys go guys mami sukan konimba. As we are day scholars, wash this. They've eaten shima, and they're telling you to wash the plate. No one could save me in that situation.
You can't do anything.
That's the only point I've seen being disrespectful in life, but I changed now. Yeah. So from there, we're remaining how many hours?
We are now, you said 8 minus 2, huh?
Yes, 6 hours.
6 hours.
So that's 6 hours. We're going to give 2 hours. In these 2 hours, your parents are going to send you to do something. Apart from sending you to do something, others are going to watch TV, a series. Apart from watching TV, you're going to be on phone talking to your partner, your boyfriend, or girlfriend. You have 4 hours. That 4 hours that is remaining, it's time to study. Use that 4 hours. If you can be studying 4 hours every day consistently, you will never fail. Similar at university. Start calculating the number of hours. I've spent 1 hour here. I've already subtracted from my 3 hours for today. Yeah. So every person has roughly free 4 to 3 hours. Where just free, but you don't realize. Yeah. So utilize that time and work on it.
You know, on that point, I always say that what really defines who you are, because school is a thing that's been given to us. You see, so we've got our school program. So after your school calendar, you ask yourself, what is it am I doing with my time? If you get to ask yourself that question, you get to realize that many of the time you're just seated, you're not doing anything, you're just seated. So time is a really big factor when it comes to managing yourself in academics.
Yes. And as I conclude, relationships and friendships, I really don't like to comment on these issues, but I will start with friendships. Yeah. I really love topics. Let's talk about friendships. I've had a number of friends, just like I acknowledged Catherine. I've had guys that have been with me from first year, Happy, Danny. Yeah. I've also had failed friendships here at CBU. Yeah. And it's sad on how all my failed friendships right now, they are texting me. I really don't understand.
Mr. Hamilton, it's okay.
Guys, that money is in the bank. My greatest achievement was to take a photo with the president. Yeah. I haven't touched that money, and I don't think I'll touch it 10 minutes because I'm busy at school. Yeah. My greatest achievement was to take a photo with the president and shake his hand. Because I've always wanted that extent. So, yes, friendships are, not everyone is real. Yeah. Just accept that human beings are bad. When you accept that people are bad, it will help you to reduce the percentages of breaking down your heart. Yeah. I've been helped with people. Like someone helps you. Yeah. They've helped me before. Then at some point they've told me to say, there's nothing you can tell me. I was keeping you. You were sleeping in my room. I've been told those words in CBU. Yeah. So someone is going to tell you that thing, but at this point they're coming back. So friendships, not everyone is real. Identify a few real ones, and also as much as you identify a few real ones, know that no one is perfect. People are bound to err. Yeah. So if someone disappoints you, always have room for that. Yeah.
And then on friendships, I also want to talk about the importance of friendship. I was fortunate enough to be surrounded by really good friends. And I tell you that I've got a long list of friends who are good to me. And I think it's something that I give credit to the Most High. And what you said is that at the end of the day, they're humans and they can make mistakes. So allow yourself to embrace the fact that sometimes people are flawed. But yeah, I have a strong core of friendships. Those are the people who are allowing me to do this. You know, the people behind the camera are my friends. The people who help me set up all this are my friends. You know, so because of that, I get to understand why having the good or the right friends is important. Because sometimes peer pressure is not only bad; there's also good peer pressure. Yeah. So if your friends are striving hard, you find yourself that you also want to put yourself in a position of getting to do better. So because of that, I think friendships are important.
That's true. The last but not the least, issues to do with love, relationships.
Yeah, a big question.
Relationships.
Are you in a relationship?
Okay, that question. But yeah, so, I was dating for 1 year, 5 months. Mm-hmm. Yes, I was dating someone the time I came to CBU.
Yeah.
Sadly, on the 15th of February, Valentine's Day, we broke up.
Ish. This year? I'm so sorry.
Yes,
it's such a somber moment, you know.
I broke up with someone I dated for 5 months. Yeah. But the good part is about me is I'm so composed that no one knew that we are done. Yeah. There's someone here in this that know that no, Gabriel is single now. Mm-hmm. But yeah, there are always 1 or 2 talking stages. You talk to people. Mm-hmm. So, asked, am I in a relationship? No. Yeah. Asked, have I been in a relationship? Yes. Asked, how has been my experience with love? Love is nice if you find the right person.
Love is a beautiful thing. Don't get it twisted.
Yes, in Mr. Zimba's voice, guys, go for it. You got this, guys. If you watch Mr. Zimba, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah. Love is good if you just find the right person. Mm-hmm. People have imperfections. Love them right.
Yeah.
Yes, I've been there, but that's all love has its own issues. Otherwise, my relationships they are there. Yes, if I get back with my ex, you all know if I have any girlfriend, otherwise that is all I could say. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. No, thank you so much, Mr. Gabriel Chaz Tembo. What's the long word?
Chazanalelo.
Mr. Gabriel Chazanalelo Tembo.
Oh, that name is dangerous.
Yeah. No, but thank you for sparing time of your busy schedule. I know right now you are even you've reached celebrity status in CBU.
No,
you know,
that's the humble guy.
The most famous person in CBU right now. You know, so because of that, I understand how busy it gets, especially for someone like you who's also involved in so many things. Is it busy promoting the Copperfield University experience, the Bashards upcoming? You are doing all sorts of things, task force, society, leader, all these things. So for me, it's even just a pleasure and an honor to be to have you on my podcast.
No, I appreciate and concerning the bash, if there are people out there that need tickets, I have 5 tickets. Those 5 tickets, I hear their tickets are being sold at 150. Mm-hmm. I'm going to subsidize the 50 kwacha on top. If there are 5 people that need tickets, you can get them from me at 100 kwacha.
You heard that, guys. 5 tickets going at 100 kwacha for the CBU experience. You guys don't want to miss it. So I'll put the details underneath in the link below so that you guys can reach out to Mr. Gabriel and he's going to direct you on how to get the tickets. So is that all?
Yes.
Okay, no, thank you so much once more. Don't forget, my name is Mwansam Sonda, Big Was, 5th year aeronautical engineering. Thank you for watching the Change of Perspective podcast. Today I had Mr. Gabriel Chaz Tembo, Mr. Hanif K. Thank you so much.